General Hospital will reveal that Michael did not survive after suffering severe injuries from the explosion at Sonny's penthouse. The explosion, with its overwhelming force and intense flames, left Michael unable to escape the fatal wounds. When Jason pulled him from the scene, his body was badly burned, his breathing was labored, and his eyes were cloudy from the pain. But even in his final moments, Michael struggled to stay conscious to say his last words. With a weak but emotional voice, Michael expressed his deep love for his family, those he always placed at the center of his life. He spoke of his love for his children, saying they were his greatest pride, and he had always longed to see them grow. Each word tightened the hearts of those around him. But the most surprising revelation was when Michael disclosed a secret that no one knew: Sasha was pregnant with his child. This revelation not only stunned the entire family but also became the only light in that dark moment. Michael passed away shortly after speaking his final words, leaving an irreplaceable void in the hearts of those who loved him. Michael's death devastated Carly. A mother's heart was torn apart as she watched her son leave in agony and helplessness. Willow, who had unresolved conflicts with Michael, was tormented by feelings of regret. She couldn't forgive herself for the actions and words that had hurt him. Willow realized that she no longer had the chance to make amends with Michael. The guilt became a burden that she could not erase from her soul. But amidst the excruciating pain, Carly found a reason to stay strong upon learning that Sasha was carrying Michael's child. For Carly, this wasn't just the culmination of Michael and Sasha's love, it was also the only legacy that Michael had left behind. Carly immediately took Sasha in to live with her, not only to ensure her safety but also to care for and protect the child growing inside her. Carly devoted herself entirely to looking after Sasha, from meals to rest to monitoring her pregnancy. Each time she felt the baby's movements, Carly felt as though Michael was still present, sending love and hope through the child. Carly realized that this child was not only Michael's blood but also a new hope for both the Corinthos and Quartermain families. The child carried a heavy responsibility, not just as the heir to two powerful families but also as a symbol of continuity. Carly poured all her love and dedication into supporting Sasha throughout her pregnancy, ensuring the child would be born safely and healthily. For Carly, the child was not only a part of Michael's still alive on Earth, but also a reminder that Michael's love and legacy would live on forever. She vowed to do whatever it took to protect the baby and ensure it would grow up surrounded by love and safety, regardless of the dangers from the world around them. In the deepest sorrow, the child in Sasha's womb became the only light that helped Carly endure the painful and unfortunate days. When Sasha gave birth to a healthy baby boy, it was a moment when Carly felt a spark of light in the darkness of grief and loss. The baby had clear eyes and tiny, lively movements that brought back memories of Michael. Carly held the child in her arms, tears streaming down her face, not only because of happiness but also because of the pain that Michael wasn't here to welcome his son. For Carly, the baby wasn't just Sasha and Michael's child, he was a gift from God, meant to soothe the immense loss of Michael's departure. Carly deeply understood that the boy carried the bloodline of two powerful families, the Corinthos and the Quartermains, which made his future special but also filled with danger. Carly knew the world her family lived in wasn't safe, with age-old rivalries, schemes, and power struggles lurking at every corner. The child, as the heir to both families, would certainly become a target for enemies looking to exploit or harm the family. To Carly, the boy was the embodiment of Michael, the pride and hope she vowed to protect for the rest of her life. The rare smiles from the boy, his first steps, would become the motivation for Carly to overcome the pain of losing her son. Carly silently thanked life for bringing this child into the world, the final legacy of Michael, the son she would forever love and never forget. When the child turned 6 months old, the joy Carly found in her grandson, Sasha and Michael's son, was threatened by an evil plot from Cyrus. With his enduring hatred for the Corinthos family, Cyrus realized that this child was not only Michael's blood but also a symbol of the continuation of the Corinthos family's power. In Cyrus's eyes, eliminating the child would extinguish any future hope for Carly's family and deliver the harshest blow to her and Sunny. Cyrus's scheme began with subtle threats aimed at Carly. He intentionally left signs targeting her grandson, causing Carly to become highly vigilant. Carly immediately ramped up security and worked closely with Jason to protect Sasha and the child. But Carly understood that with Cyrus, the threat didn't stop at warnings. He wouldn't stop until he achieved his goal. Things escalated when Cyrus's henchmen carried out a kidnapping attempt on the child. One night, when the family was at home, his men snuck in with the intention of killing the baby. Carly, sharp to unusual signs, quickly discovered their plot and rushed Sasha and the baby into a hidden room. Meanwhile, Jason and his loyal security team confronted Cyrus's men in an all-out battle. Sasha held her son tightly, trembling but trying to stay calm, while Carly stood protectively in front of them, ready to defend her grandson at all costs. Gunshots rang outside, along with the sound of chaotic footsteps, but Carly didn't let fear overwhelm her. She knew her grandson was Michael's only remaining legacy, and she wouldn't allow anyone to take that away. The confrontation lasted in tension, but Jason and his team finally defeated Cyrus's men, forcing them to retreat. Carly, holding the crying child, felt a wave of intense emotion. The joy of having protected her grandson mixed with the anxiety that the dangers were far from over. She knew Cyrus wouldn't give up easily, and this was only the beginning. This event made Carly more determined than ever. She immediately set out long-term plans to protect Sasha and her grandson, including moving them to a safer location and tightening security around the family. Carly also worked with Sunny and Jason to devise a long-term strategy to deal with Cyrus, making sure he wouldn't have the chance to threaten the family again. Carly didn't just see the child as her grandson but as a living part of Michael still present in the world. The boy was her only hope, Michael's legacy, and the reason she continued to fight. Carly vowed that no matter the danger, she would do whatever it took to ensure the child grew up safe, happy, and knowing he was loved beyond measure. The boy grew up under Carly's loving and dedicated care. With his bright eyes and innocent smile, he carried the blood of the two most powerful families in Port Charles, the Corinthos and the Quartermaines. Carly didn't just see her grandson as a piece of Michael, but as a vibrant symbol of hope, the link between the past and the future. The boy was the continuation of Michael's legacy, the light Carly found in the darkest days of her life. But that pride always came with a weight of anxiety in Carly's heart. She understood that with the bloodline the boy carried, he was not just an innocent child but a symbol of power, a target for her family's enemies. Those filled with hatred, from Cyrus to Sunny's other foes, would not hesitate to use the child as a pawn to attack the Corinthos family. Carly deeply realized that her grandson would never live a normal life like other children. Despite her constant fear, Carly never allowed it to make her falter. She was determined to raise the boy to be strong, with self-respect and resilience to face the challenges ahead. Carly often told him stories about his father, Michael, a man full of love and sacrifice, so he would understand that he came from a family with a strong tradition and unshakable values. Carly didn't just teach him about love and family unity, but also guided him on how to recognize hidden dangers, how to keep himself safe, and how to face difficulties. She didn't want her grandson to grow up in fear, but she couldn't allow him to be naive to the threats life would present. Under Carly's guidance, the boy grew in an environment full of love but also strength. Carly, though carrying an ever-present worry, remained steadfast in her mission. For her, protecting and preparing the boy for the future wasn't just a responsibility, it was the only way to preserve Michael's legacy. To Carly, the boy embodied everything she and Michael had hoped for their family, and she was ready to do whatever it took to keep that light shining brightly.